They say forbidden fruit tastes, but I dare say stolen forbidden fruit tastes. And this is from experience I can explain. See, the thing is, no matter how long or short your sleep is, the best part is the one after your waking up time. Suddenly, your sleep tastes so sweet after 4:30 a.m., for example. And like most sweet things, your body yearns for more. So you tell yourself, let me sleep small, like some 3 minutes. And before you know it, it is 7:30 a.m. 3 minutes and then you 3 hours. And that small sleep you decided to indulge yourself in has landed you in a bumper-to-bumper traffic from Okponglo to Shiashi to Awoshi to Bubuashi, Kaneshi, Pokwase, Kasua, Tobu, Shiashi, Spinters, and all traffic light hotspots in our part of the country. You know, the worst part is when you are not driving or you cannot afford a taxi or an Uber or maybe a Taxify after an already messy situation, right, brother? On top of the slow motion, Oga Trotro driver decides to stop at every bus stop, even signaling disinterested persons walking at the opposite side and towards the opposite direction. You hear like, sex, can I say? Even when no one is coming, the mates will be waiting on a cat-walking fellow who is probably out of sight to see whether the he or very often the she will consider joining the rickety eventual metallic coffin with wheels. Driver, not even Paula Foko can do the driver or the mate Foko. In the most unfortunate situation, if that particular day you had your 10th interview after 9 unsuccessful ones and your friend B lands that same job, if God does not see pity on you, just say, Onyame hunu mobado, na Yehowa mapo nublanya ro manufa da jiwo. You either get heart attack or you urgently need empathy. Ankafu or the headquarters itself. Not too far from here, I mean our premise. So, the stolen forbidden fruit, no dear, it will sweet you, pa. But whether you will remain sane after eating it is the question for you to consider before taking such a decision. This, my friends, is Backpage, your satirical show on Citi TV. I am your host, Caleb Kuda. Look, when we return from this break, I'll tell you why some Ghanaians have changed the motto of the Ghana Police Service from service with integrity to disservice with consistency. All right, welcome back. This is your satirical show, Citi TV, on Backpage on Citi TV. My name is Caleb Kuda. In Diabene, a suburb of Takoradi in the Western region, the people there ready Abene indeed, as their 18-year-old daughter Ruth Kwesen was kidnapped while on her way in search for a job. The kidnap was led by a 28-year-old Nigerian, Sam Wills. He and his group of rascals demanded a 10,000 Ghana cedi ransom from a family that is possibly yet to see its first 5,000 cedis cash in hand.
So later around 12:30 to 1, she called me that the taxi that she took from our junction, in Nkofo Junction, she didn't see where they took her. She doesn't know where when she saw herself in some small room. And I asked her, who was that person that she took the taxi? She said, only her that she was in the taxi. So she doesn't know where she is. They say we should send 500 Ghana cedis for the start. So since that time, the call ended. We tried calling the number. We tried calling. It was off.
Yeah, so the family only managed to pay 1,000 Ghana cedis and 50 cedis installments following threats. Through the payments, the kidnapper was tracked and nabbed. But oh, what a shock. The Nigerian kidnapper escaped the custody of the Takoradi Central Police Command. Note, not once, and maybe not twice if I remember clearly. And the mother of the missing adolescent girl, teenager, has since been left in tears.
you also can't swallow when you go to castle, so I tell baby, it's a castle, baby, what do you mean? I can so castle, one follow my eye, but so castle for it, say, but baby, what do you mean? I can say, be allowed. Well, we are here, why are you here with the one for me, baby? So
sad. But the response of the police really has been one of insouciance. Insouciance just a omadakra. I mean, can the Nigerian kidnapper break cells, without the assistance of the police? This is a question some Ghanaians are asking. What is this thing that they are not able to apprehend the accomplices with whom the adolescent lady and some other missing girls could be? Because after several chit-chats, the kidnapper has not yet decided to tell the police where the missing girls could be. And Ghana police tells Ghanaians this, without any sense of shame or failure.
The accused person earlier made mention of 4 persons alleged to have been involved in the kidnapping. The police have made strenuous efforts to arrest these suspects from their hideout, but it proved futile. We realized that he will send you to a house and said, the people are here, you go, nobody will be traced.
Well, everyone needs a big sister like this, who in difficult times will declare, I am doing it gentle, but the next time, it will not be peace.
They have to do something. We are pleading with the government, the police. They have to do something because this guy is not a Ghanaian. He's a Nigerian boy. How can you leave your country and come here and do this thing in Ghana here? So we are pleading they should sit up. Serious, because as for me, I've told the police people, I'm doing it gentle because my mother has talked to me. The next time there will not be a peace. As for that one, they have to tell them. The next time, if you don't hear any good news by the end of this week, I'm telling you, we will do massive demonstration. Massive, even if I have to bet my last on it, we will do it because we can see that although they are doing something, but it's not enough. It's not enough. So we want action.
Yeah, of course. It's not enough. Now, having approached the case with cold shoulders, the police, after public outrage, had to save their face.
Police are still vigorously searching for the kidnapped girls. The general public is urged to come forward with credible information leading to the rescue of the victims. We are also appealing to the parents of the victims to stay calm as police is working around the clock to rescue the victims. As I'm talking to you now, we are even using Interpol to get us some information on him from Nigeria.
Well, but here is a bitter truth about the state of Ghana Police Service.
The police service is down. Pish.
The police service is what? Down. Pish. But some Ghanaians disagree with this woman. They say that the police has adopted a strategy where crime can be reported more freely. Therefore, while it may sound like crime is increasing, it is not necessarily so because it is simply an increase in the reporting of already existing crimes. This argument is very familiar though. Anyone remembers the sunshine policy? Well, that was the excuse ex-President Mahama gave Ghanaians when there was a loud cry of the increased incidences of corruption during his tenure. According to him, his commitment to fighting corruption included making public corrupt acts that were otherwise shielded in the name of political loyalty, making them known, right? Now, in so doing, he showed us his preference for Japanese cars as gifts over American cars and how to receive these Japanese cars as gifts from Burkinabe, or should I say Burkinabe contractors. So some Ghanaians say, here's yet again another lame excuse for leadership failure in the area of security. Another lame excuse for incompetence. Others are much blunter. They say the president's inability to look past an old friend who should be on retirement and his subsequent appointment of same makes for the weakest link in his government as far as security is concerned. Hence, the rise in crime under the watch of the human rights championing president. Apiotus, you know him? Yeah. Apiotus is known for his success in the music industry. He can remix your old songs and it will make a hit. Or it will hit. How do you say it? Unfortunately, many Ghanaians do not rate Apiotus's grand uncle, Apiotu, the same way as they rate Apiotus. They say his strategy of remixing commanders, the term for police should be reshuffling commanders, right? It's just not working. See, last year when armed robbery was rife, he reshuffled his men. Then, end of story. Before we could say jack, the police was suddenly spotting more criminals, shooting to kill, an instruction from Mr. Apiotu himself. Persons suspected to be robbers. Many families have come out to say their loved ones were killed wrongly by the police, but the police will insist the people they shot were robbers. Later, CID will hand over a report. That's the police CID. They will hand over reports to the Attorney General exonerating the dead in some cases. But the family will only hear this in the media. No recommendation whatsoever will be made, for the personnel who took away the lives of the innocent souls to be dealt with. Never does it happen. Let's not talk about contract killings. Senior state officials are shot to death under bizarre situations. Police have started investigations. Police have started. We never hear the end of this. Instead of serve Ghana with integrity, which is the motto of the police, according to some Ghanaians, are disserving the nation with consistency. Proposals have been made, retool the police, depoliticize recruitment of police, and on and on and on. But me, I have just 3 questions. One, to His Excellency the President. Mr. President, how many families would remember your presidency and say, under your watch, police killed their loved ones and framed them as armed robbers? 2, to Mr. Apiotu, Inspector General of Police. Sir, how would you feel to learn years after the Ghanaians could not tell the difference between land guards, armed robbers, and most policemen, as often the guns the guns that these men, the robbers, are using for the operations are the very ones of your men, policemen. 3, to the police officers who see their colleagues constantly drag the name of the service to the piggery without saying anything because you are self-righteous, do you know when an operation executed by your bad nut colleagues will mistakenly aim at you and your family? Anyway, time is running out. And Mr. President, we hear you are the ambassador for UN or AU champion or gender or something of that pedigree. We haven't heard you condemn this yet. It's not as if it may change anything, but at least that the people will know that you care. At least that you condemn the kidnapping and just maybe add one more promise, the way you do it. We've not even heard that. And at least if you told us, Ghana will find our tardy girls, like people will be, Anyway, talking about Abutoyemno, let's take a break here and return to a bizarre allegation of police cultivating marijuana in the Volta region and armed robbers who operate a fake military camp in Kaswa.
Spend 30 minutes every weekday catching up with all the trending social media conversations of the day. If you tweet it, we'll read it. We might just even Skype you. 30 minutes is all it takes, so use the hashtag 30 minutes on social media to catch our attention. Join the most interactive social media TV show weekdays at 5 p.m. only on Citi TV.
Welcome back. This is Backpage on Citi TV. My name is Caleb Kuda. For now, marijuana and its cultivation is not legalized in Ghana, So the allegation that some police officers in Alavanyo are cultivating marijuana is intriguing indeed. Very intriguing.
The whole of this area is the policeman's farm, to be very honest with you. This is where was harvested. 15 plants were harvested, given to his brother because he was owing very huge in the community. He wanted to sort his problems out. He came for the harvest, sold it, and later came for more. When you turn behind you, this is fresh farm. If you can see, it's just behind you. So know that he has stopped doing the plantation here. It is a business that he's doing. So this is the harvested area, and that is the fresh plants that he's expecting to harvest in a very short period to come. So out of anger, that is why he decided to go to the neighboring farms and cut any other similar plant he sees, irrespective of whoever the owner is. Yes. Just that his brother didn't make account of what was harvested here to him.
Fresh in Tampe plantation. We are not sure if the Agric Ministry has sanctioned this under the Planting for Food and Jobs, but if anything at all, this could be called the Planting for Tampe and Jobs. What do you think? Anyway, Honorable appear to, Inspector General appear to why we are told these are allegations. So when these things happen, we don't hear the police take action. Even if they do, they don't say. So please let us know what you have done on this, because it's not good for the image of... But in Kaswa, armed robbers have managed to build a training camp under the guise of a military camp. Take a look.
Military authorities in collaboration. Now you find out who brought them to this area, whether the people are military officers. We are still investigating collaboration with the military authorities. And we are best at 1 o'clock. Any sa video no. And one question allergy. Ebe complain. Ewe ojobi. Say sa video no microphone attempting some bekuno. And more destroy some properties, including the fence wall and a structure. Yes. So far, Enra Nyanipa 4 and 10. The 14 military intelligence for collaborative. So after the fake, it will come from the military officials. Military bags, uniforms, boots, ID cards, military caps, a lot of military accoutrements.
I've read 3 days today. Made a video call say microphone about to say almost shame kumiama oma ba me beach ya na baby omo wono so no many omo ben me beach ya hotel ya me we anytime be me wa Saturday, Friday, Sundays me wo beach ya ntino omo ben me omo tabe tram ponano omo kitanda de ebi mu kitetuo na ese omo ankasa ba out to say omo be kume omo ankrado nyame aboama kaswa police for Ojobi police for any division for Achiomo.
However, Citi News sources at Gomwa Ojobi indicated that these individuals who are posing as military officers are rather part of the Ghana Armed Forces Children's Association.
Ghana Armed Forces Children Association. I mean, so what were they training for? I mean, the intelligence we gather is that that was a training camp where miscreants, robbers, put bluntly, spend time sharpening their skills. How long has this fake military camp existed? I don't know yet. But how did we get to know this? You heard that in the report. So the Omankralo of Gomoa Fete Nana Kwesi Kwanzaa reported to the police that 14 persons in military uniform had destroyed his property and threatened his life in a video that was shared on WhatsApp. Now, thankfully, the police went in time. They found military bags, military boots, military uniforms, ID cards, military caps, and other military accoutrements. Dear Chief of Defense Staff, you have competition. I'm just saying. I'm not giving the power. I'm just saying. It seems you have competition. Let's see how you go out. Now, prosecution over lamentation. Is this promise in limbo? Well, you all remember how we celebrated a promise by the special prosecutor that this year, dear, prosecution over lamentation. This year, dear, well, we can't be sure yet. But what we know for sure is that the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, AMA, has slapped a stop work notice on the renovation project for a bigger office space for the Office of the Special Prosecutor. That is what we call prosecuting the prosecutor's project. You see, one thing I don't understand is why the AMA will ask for a permit for the building. In my mind, the AMA issues the permits all right. Okay? So if in its records the project has no permit, shouldn't the notice rather be stop work, meet us in court? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. But is it that the project has a permit, but the AMA has lost its copy? I just don't really get it. And truthfully, no one expected it. You see, the interesting thing is, according to Citi News, the Special Prosecutor Martin Amidu is not happy with how a contractor was selected to build a fence wall supposedly from the office of the Chief of Staff without due process. The story goes on to say that at the time the building was made available to him, based on his own search, the Special Prosecutor had complained that since assuming office in February 2018, he had not been able to effectively deliver on his mandate because his office was under-resourced. Don't forget, the Special Prosecutor had not long ago disclosed how his office almost was ignored in the 2019 budget. I mean, when I saw the story, I thought to myself, when we give you work contractor, that one to work contractor we say due diligence or due process was not anyway. I mean, you really got to love Martin Amidu for his reputation as an upright man. Little wonder we have fewer of his kind in our days. Citizen vigilante, almost transformed into citizen silence. And I mean, a growing number of scammers, though. We have a growing number of scammers compared to growing number of citizen vigilantes. And I think this is something that Martin Amidu may want to take up to, grow more of his kind. And I am imagining the day Martin Amidu will have Nana Appiah Mensah and one in his office. We will pay to have it televised live on Citi TV. That would be the clash of the titans, Charlie. It would be so cool. It really would be nice. This is Backpage, my friends, on Citi TV. My name is Caleb Kuda. Look, when we return from this break, great news embellished in a royal shade.
News, analysis, projections, and policies that affect your business. Curated and delivered in a simple and timely format. Watch Business Dashboard, your most comprehensive source of business news, every weekday at 7 p.m. only on Citi TV. Business Dashboard on Citi TV is sponsored by ADB Bank. Truly a Greek and more.
Welcome back, friends. This is Backpage, your new satirical show on Citi TV with Caleb Kuda. You see, the otherwise defunct AngloGold Ashanti mine has now been reopened. The mine was closed in 2014 due to several issues. Whether or not the reopening will benefit the residents of Obuasi is a question that has been handled from the front page to the center spread. Here on Backpage, we want you to pay attention to what was not said. So, the king of the Ashanti kingdom, Otumfuo II, spoke with mixed emotions. He seemed to have packaged a royal shade for someone many say he had a very warm relationship with.
Edru baby me wo hwan ye beka kire me say. Galamse fo ya kwa adanse shaft no kura ho ama ha nyina flodo.
Zom.
Me frɛ aban wo te so say me say mo ma sojafo nkoye ma me.
Zom.
E ka kire me say na na yentimi nkoma sojafo nkotututu o ho sa te South Africa.
Zom.
Enti me manungu.
Zom.
Edru baby wo mo se atum ye beto ama me $1. Man yi nyina ye beto ama me $1. Ye betutum de safo na breme.
Zom.
Menshia me pa wo mo chawsi ye nyai.
Zom.
Na me pa baba nyame tumi nti be ye.
Zom.
Ena Edru say.
Now here's your question. Can you guess the target of that royal shade? Well, what if I should show you this video to see if you can tell? Could you tell the person in white? Anyway, let me just move on and go. Wonderful video of two powerful men having a good time. Yentibia. One at some point told the world he has dead ghost syndrome. You get it? So when today Otumfuo say he sent a message to somebody and they didn't write, it's surprising, you know. It's surprising. Look, let's end the show. I don't want trouble. Meet me at my mentia. I mean, let me say that many Ghanaians are saying that following the reopening of the Obuasi mine, many Ghanaians are calling Nana Akufo-Addo Sementia because they say he has done well by reopening and all of that. But, well, the show is over. Meet me at my mentia at Facebook, Caleb Kuda, on Twitter, at Caleb Kuda. If you go to YouTube, Citi TV GH, you find our account, you search Backpage, you see all our shows. You will enjoy it. Thank you for making time with us. See you another time.